Mineral Resources spokesperson Makhosonke Buthelezi joins us now for more. Mr. Buthelezi, thanks very much for your time. A lot of people are asking what took the minister so long, Gwede Mandashe, that is, for him to set his foot there.
Thanks, Vuyo. The minister has always believed that this issue is a criminal matter that must be dealt with by the SAPS. So he has basically been giving SAPS space and the ministry to do what they have to do since illegal mining is a criminal matter.
But it is as much as it is a criminal matter to the extent that those people are mining there illegally. But there are a number of issues that the minister and your department should be dealing with. We've been talking to everyone over the past few months, and people are pointing to policy gaps, lack of implementation, where the law is specific about how mines should be closed, where there are policy gaps. For example, people are talking about what the department should be doing.
So the department, I think, when it comes to monitoring mines and making sure that they do what the MPRD is required, the department is doing its job. For example, with this particular mine in Stilfontein, it is not a derelict and ownerless mine, and the department has been, and in fact, part of the reason why it has decided that it will fund, together the Minerals Council, the extraction process is because it was pressing the mine owners to actually carry the cost for the extraction process, because by law they are required, even though they stopped operating the mine in 2015. But since they haven't received mine closure certificate because they did not satisfy certain requirements, they are required to make sure that the mine is safe, both environmentally and to anyone. So the department is doing what is supposed to be when it comes to monitoring and making sure that operating mine adhere to the terms of the mining rights.
Are you saying that the owners of that mine have done or are doing what they are supposed to do in terms of the law?
No, we are saying that is why. No, what I'm trying to say is they haven't done what they are supposed to do in terms of the law. And that is why the department, because there was an outcry that there must be an extraction of the people on the ground. And the department since December has been working hard and has been hard on this mine to say, you need to, as it is required by the law, you are obliged to make sure that even though you had stopped mining, but we haven't issued a closure certificate, and in terms of the law, you have to make sure that this mine is safe and it doesn't pose any danger to anyone. So that is why we are even taking them to court now, because they have failed to adhere to the law.
Why did the department only start doing something in December?
You'd recall that what has happened is that it has not really started doing something in December. Remember that the Operation Valumkoti in the Stilfontein started in December. And that's when then, and they cut the food supply, and this whole issue started to come up. And that is why now the department said, wait a second, this is not an ownerless and derelict mine. It has an owner. Owner, where are you? What are your responsibilities?
Why aren't there consequences for people who flout the law, as you're saying is the case in this instance?
That is why I'm saying there are consequences, because the legal processes have already started with this company. There are consequences that are being meted out to all the mining companies that do not stick to their terms of the mining licenses or mining rights.
Now, there is the issue of policy gaps that a lot of people have been highlighting, where it is felt that this problem could actually be dealt with by, ensuring that you come up with legislation that actually takes into account the realities of our country, unemployment being number one, and the fact that, people do abandon mines. Perhaps that's an opportunity for people, whether it's to form co-ops, or find ways of continuing to mine and a living, but doing so legally.
So two things are happening as we speak right now. There is a reviewal of the MPRDA, the mining legislation, that is currently happening to address some of these issues. But we also have a policy in place for the artisanal and small-scale mining, and it's being implemented. In fact, as we're going into the mining Indaba next month, we've already identified through the application process about 21 artisanal and small-scale mining who will be benefiting from the small-scale mining fund that has come up as a result of the policy. So in terms of legislation, we are reviewing the legislation, but at the same time we are implementing the artisanal and small-scale mining.
We know, I know for a fact that the mills tend to grind very slowly in this country when it comes to piloting legislation. Are you giving this the urgency that many people say it requires?
Yes, I have seen through the policy processes, stakeholders, and the project plan that is in place. And especially now that we're having this problem, I've seen that it is receiving agents that is required, so that we close the gaps quickly and we implement the legislation.
How far have conversations gone with the Mining Council to get a sense of how they feel about whatever you want to put on the table?
So Mining Council is one of the major stakeholders, and as we were doing stakeholder engagement, we've been getting inputs from various stakeholders. They've also made their own inputs, and I am sure the aim is that by, I think if I recall, in terms of the project plan, by March, we want to get to a stage where we actually take it out after having received the initial comments. We take out for further comments to the public, so that come end of the next financial year, we are very far and very close to actually having it as an amended MPRDA.
That's why I'm going to leave it for now. Makhosonke, thanks very much for your time. He's the spokesperson for the Department of Mineral Resources.